Hey y'all, welcome back to the Homestead. Kind of wanted to do a different video than the normal homesteading videos that you see on YouTube. Kind of wanted to talk about the struggles that veterans go through. Me as a vet, I retired in 2008 and took a contracting job with an investment company for a 6-month contract. My first job as a civilian ever after the military, 20 years. So I took the job, and in April of 2009, I started suffering from PTSD. I didn't know what it was. I've heard of it, but really didn't know what it was. When I went to the Albuquerque VA, I thought, honestly, I was having a heart attack. But the VA said, no, you're having anxiety. See you later. So there's the door. Don't let the door hit you, where the good Lord split you, type of thing. So I didn't know what to do, and I suffered that way with the anxiety, with the chest compressions and unable to breathe, and just trying to find my way in life and wanting to support my family because I was the sole breadwinner. We had 5 kids at home. Actually, at the time, we had 8 kids at the house. And we only had a 3-bedroom house, and we had 8 kids. So I was the sole breadwinner, trying to make sure that everybody was taken care of. We ended up, kids moved out, kids moved on. Some of my 3 went back to Georgia. Well, 2 of my 3 went back to Georgia to be back with their mother, which I don't blame. But we still try to make things work. We still try to make sure that we could pay our bills and keep the lights on. At the time, we had 2 car payments, but struggling, we lost one of the cars, and one of the cars got repossessed. We decided that we were going to move from Albuquerque to Moriarty, New Mexico. We put money down in a house. We put $6,000 down in a house. And come to find out, the guy that was selling the house didn't own the house. So we lost. We lost the house. And another guy was selling. He did owner finance because I couldn't get financing. So he did owner financing, and he said, if you want, just put $2,500 down and the house is yours. So we were going to go through a mortgage company to make sure all the paperwork, the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted. We ended up putting the money down. I took out a loan against my 401k, took a loan out against it, got into the house, but the house had black mold. Fast forward to 2013, I lost my job. I shattered my right ankle in March of 2013. The ankle was shattered in 21 pieces, and I just couldn't work anymore because I was laid up, and it was going to be a long time. And the government job that I had did not want to wait for me to heal up, I guess. So I lost my job, and I went from making close to $70,000, including retirement, I would say close to like $85,000 a year, to making just $12,000 a year. So we lost utilities, we lost our car. We woke up one morning and the car was just gone. So we lived during the wintertime in a house close to the mountains, in a house that was basically a trailer, and it was very, very cold. So we heated ourselves off of a turkey fryer. So we would turn the turkey fryer on, and then we had a couple small, just heat lamps, if you will, that kept us warm. We slept, all of us slept into, me, my wife, and my son, we slept in the kitchen dining area on blow-up mattresses because that's all we had. So to keep warm, we would basically go to sleep like we were camping in the Himalayas, it seemed for us. And it was just bad at the time, but we also did what we had to do to survive. We had to do to make sure that we were taken care of and to make sure that we could push through. And we knew things were going to get better. Just, it was always a question of when. I started to fight the VA in 2013 to get my PTSD recognized and to go through everything. And it was just a long process. The process took so long that we became homeless twice. We finally found this place that we're in now and put money down because we had money that back pay. We put money down and we thought this was the greatest, but at the time, from the time that we got into this house to before, we lived off food banks, boxes. We had to go to food banks, and that kind of drove us to say at that time that if we could ever do something for other people, we want to make sure that those other people can be taken care of, that can be given nutritious food, because the food banks boxes didn't have anything but day-old bread and sugary snacks. That was it. And maybe a half a pound of beans. And I know there's people out there that don't even get that, and that's why we do what we do. We want to make sure that people can eat. We want to make sure that the struggles that people go through, that we want them to know that we've been there. And some struggles, you know, our struggles may be minuscule to some other people, but they were our struggles. They were something that, you know, regardless of what you go through in life, you're just not used to, you know, being without a home, being without food, being without water, being without electricity, living in cold climates. And it just something that for me, I won't be able to help money-wise for people, but I can still help out food-wise. And sometimes even when I'm at the grocery store, if I've got a couple extra bucks, maybe I'll pay for the person's groceries behind me. And I do that at least twice. I try to do it at least 2 or 3 times a month. And I'm usually successful. And I don't spend a lot of money because I can't afford it. But I want people to know that there are good people out there, and there are people that really want to do good for them, you know, to help them out. So that's why we do what we do. The struggles that we've gone through, the suicide attempts that I've gone through, the PTSD that I suffer with on a daily basis is just something that we push through. And as I said before, I don't leave the house 90% of the time. I'm here. I'm always here. And if, you know, I try to make sure I get outside to do something at least every day. But the problem that I have is I've got a back injury from the military, and I've got my ankle that I shattered that ended up having to be replaced, but doesn't function as a regular ankle should. So I'm always in pain. I always feel like something's going to come out of my skin at any moment. And there's nothing they can do besides amputation. And believe me, I've actually thought about having my ankle or my foot amputated below the knee because the pain gets that severe. But I want people to know that that if you watch these videos and if you're going to follow us, I ask that you take the time. Maybe, you know, you don't have to get expensive gifts for Christmas or birthdays or whatever. You know, a good gift could be for somebody to start a plant, start a vegetable plant, start a tomato plant, a bell pepper plant, lettuce, something, and give it to those people that you know that are needy, and set up a system for them, a Kratky system. And you don't have to follow my Kratky system. You could follow Jeb the Gardener, Arms Family Homestead. Look at those videos and see how people are doing it. And the price that you're gonna pay to help somebody out is just minuscule. So we do grow a lot. We do try to make sure that we harvest and we give to people that are needy. And you know, the eggs that we get from our chickens and our turkeys and our ducks, if you want to eat the chicken and or the duck and turkey eggs, hey, that's up to you. Some people enjoy it. I do know that cholesterol levels in a turkey and a chicken, or turkey and a duck egg, is your daily dose of cholesterol. So, you know, it depends how you cook a chicken egg is how good it's going to be for you. If you scramble it, it's not going to be that good. It changes the vitamins in the yolk, and the yolk is what you really want. So over easy is how we normally eat our eggs, or sunny side up, however you want to put it. But, you know, it doesn't take a lot to be a good person. It takes 15 minutes out of your day. You know, whether you're going to give somebody a compliment, or maybe buy somebody's barbecue sauce, or a kid a lollipop, or whatever the case may be, help somebody. Always reach down and help those around you, because we as a society need to do those things. We need to make sure that we help each other. And just because I'm a vet doesn't mean that I don't need help. You know, just because I'm a vet, it doesn't mean I should get preferential treatment. I just, you know, for me personally, I did what I did because at the time when I joined the military, that was the only thing I had. I was a high school dropout and had no future. So I joined the military to try to make a future and hopefully do something with my life. There's people out there that struggle. And the things that I want to do on this video channel is to show that you can make bread. I'm going to show y'all how I make bread. I'm going to show y'all how I make my buttermilk biscuits. We eat everything from scratch. If we can't make it, then we try not to eat it. And there's some things that, you know, butter, oil, necessities that for cooking that we can't do on our own yet, but we're going to figure out how to do it. And we're going to figure out how we can be more self-sufficient and know that the food that we're eating is good for you and where it comes from. I hope y'all enjoy this video. I'm sorry it was kind of long. Please leave any comments y'all have in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe and turn the bell notification on and share these videos. Share it with somebody else that's struggling. And hopefully somebody else will pick up on it and say, hey, you know what? I can do that. And that just happened to us about a week ago, that my wife shared my video, and the people are doing it. And they've got foster care kids that they're taking care of. And they've got enough people that they can't afford to feed everybody. So we bring food to them. We have in the past, and my wife still does, but they kind of live far away, and she doesn't like to leave my side. So we wanted to share something with them that they could do on their own. So God bless y'all, and I love every single one of y'all. Doesn't matter if we've never met. It's just, you gotta love. And if you don't love, then you have nothing. So God bless.